Hi, this is Don, and I'm an old school kind of guy. Now, somebody came to me recently and said, so-and-so, a big name fish channel, said that you should make your fish adjust to your water and not try and adjust your water to their needs. And he was really not happy with his channel saying that. And he said, what do you think? So, well, first off, I think sometimes some of the big YouTube channels, they don't realize what an influence they have on people. Sometimes people watch them and say, well, they've got 2 bazillion subscribers, so therefore everything they say is absolutely true. And you and I understand that adjusting water isn't... There is some truth to what this guy said, and there's some misleading information that if you don't already understand tropical fish and their needs and so forth, that you might make the wrong choice. So here's the way the argument goes. The fish should be acclimatized to your water. Check. The fish are used to the local fish water, from the local fish shop. Well, do you know what's in that local fish shop? But okay, let's do a check. The fish farms use their local water and not the water that the fish live in when they're wild. Okay, I got it. So we should use our tap water because the fish farms use their tap water and the fish stores use their tap water. What says that all 3 of those are the same water? If the fish are bred at the fish farm, I get it, use that water. But if you don't live in, say, Florida, and your fish farm's in Florida, then your local fish store and you probably don't have the same water. I used to live in Florida. Believe me, I understand what water's like down there. And what is the water like? Well, it depends on where you're at. If you are in a nice northern area with a nice deep well, you may have reasonably 7.0 water, reasonable. But the odds are good that if you're just running off from a local tap, that it's gone through a lot of limestone, and it's very hard water, so you've got to treat it there. So, you know, this is just terrible advice. That's my opinion. Make your fish adjust to your local tap water so you don't have to adjust your tap water every time you make a water change. Oh, I get it. It's much easier. But let's just take one example. Discus. Now in the wild, discus come from black water. I mean, this has got so much plant decay in it that the water is black from tannins. The pH is acidic. And I say acidic to emphasize it's acid. I mean, this stuff, it's not hydrochloric acid, but it's bordering that way. I mean, it is below 6.0. I don't know where discus breeders are today, but I know in the early days, you could not breed discus in water higher than, I don't know, 6.2 or 6.4. And I'm pulling numbers out of the air here. The point is that if a fish in the wild is used to 8.8 in an African Rift Lake, and you try and breed it in 6.8 water, when I lived in Oregon, that's what I had. I had water 6.4 out of my tap. You can't breed Rift Lake cichlids in 6.4 water, I don't think. So you've got to, you know, let's carry it one step further. Let's say you have a yellow tang from the Pacific Ocean and you try and breed it in your tap water. It's not going to work. It's not even going to live in your tap water. You have to adjust your tap water at least somewhat for the fish. Okay? So here's where the big YouTuber was right. My tap water, I've said it before and I'll say it again, its averages around 8.8 pH, 8.4 if I've had a lot of rain. We don't get a lot of rain, we're high desert. My tap water is 8.8 almost all the time. I keep my live bearers in water that's about 7.6, 7.8. I keep my Neocardina shrimp in water that's about the same. I've got angelfish and rams, Bolivian rams that are breeding in water that's at 7.8. My cory cats are not breeding in 7.8. I think to breed them, I'm going to have to drop the pH a little more. That takes a little effort. The fish can live and look healthy and act healthy in a much higher pH than they come from in the wild, probably because most of my fish were bred in fish farms in Asia or Florida. And they probably had a higher pH there. How high? I don't know. So what you have to do, people, is use some common sense. And I would plead with everyone doing YouTube to at least use some common sense when you make these statements, especially the big guys. Because there are people that are total beginners that are following every word the big dogs say. And that can be a mistake. And you won't have any fun that way. And we all want to have fun, right? Bye.